This is Trends Today.
Trends Today.
Trends Today.
This is Trends Today.
Everything hot, top of mind, and fresh. From current affairs to social issues and the world of entertainment.
This is Trends Today.
Be ready.
Okay, so it is 4 p.m. It is time for Trends Today. Esi Kwentsiwaa is here. Esi, you welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you, I'm fine.
Yeah, why?
I was trying to get my trends, so I was a bit distracted. Yeah.
To wait now, when you're ready.
My hair ready, pa. Yes.
Was it a trend?
Yeah. So over the weekend, our president was trending. But before that, we are live on Facebook, PLUZZ 899 FM. So join us for all the videos and images we have for you this afternoon on Trends Today. Yes, so to my first story, which will be playing the video for you in few seconds, President John Dramani Mahama traveling with his son on the presidential jet has caused a lot of controversy on social media.
Oh, why?
But with this issue, like I said, we'll play the video for you in few seconds. So
why are people bollocking over this issue?
You know when he was sworn in, anytime he had to go somewhere, he was using his brother's private jet. Then people were complaining. The same Ghanaians who are complaining now, they were complaining about it. So he had to end up using the presidential jet. We don't know why he took his son to Rwanda for a AU conference. We don't know why. I'm like, what if his son is his personal assistant or his son holds his briefcase?
But if his son his personal assistant, the records will show that it's his personal assistant.
That's why I said, what if?
Okay.
What if the son plays a pivotal role?
I'm sure he's not the personal assistant.
Hey, people are like, why are you taking your son and the fact that he's on a presidential jet?
Why is it consuming more fuel because he's on it?
I'm surprised. Maybe he needs a special chair in the jet. So a social media user actually posted it and was like, the fact that President Mahama's son is on the jet with him. So he posted and said, Sharaf is jetting around with the president of Ghana, but the so-called neutrals and journalists are silent. Hey, we are a joke. And then it was like, is this your second in Nkrumah?
That guy never paid the president there. Never paid the president and Kono crowd.
Oh, friend in Pono. So people are like Donald Trump, now the US president, travels with his wife and family. Barack Obama travels with his daughters.
I don't know, but I think that some allowance, and I stand to be corrected because I don't know how these things work out, but I think that some allowance will be made for the president on his travels to be able to go with his family. I don't know how much allowance is made on that. Like I was saying, I'm not sure. You were suggesting that maybe the son has some role to play. He doesn't have. He doesn't have to have any role to play. I'm not sure whether he is going to be paid by the state in terms of people being paid per diems and those allowances, for going on these trips. I'm not too sure if that will happen, but. Just because he's president and he's traveling, I'm not too sure he would have done a lot of wrong if he went with a wife or he went with a son or whatever. I mean, Charlie Ghana, we've got bigger issues. Bigger issues. I don't know.
You know,
just the sight of it. You see, the challenge here is that just the sight of it, and then we are in an uproar over it. But you would need details to say that. The son is acting in this capacity. He's drawing this allowance or per diem or whatever before you can speak to it. But just the sight of him being on a travel with him, I don't know, but I don't know.
Yeah, they've actually been comparing it to something.
Okay.
On social media. I would like us to watch that video of President Mahama and his son. Then when we come back, we talk about that. Yes, so that's the video of President Mahama traveling with his son on the presidential jet, which has caused a lot of controversy. And now people are saying that if they are talking about President Mahama taking his son on the presidential jet, have they spoken about? That's what people are saying. People are asking if they've spoken about former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo
traveling with his son,
with his daughter, and also purported Sewa Bruni. And it's been trending again.
So he was also traveling with his daughter.
Yes, and the Sewa Bruni, we don't know who.
I don't know, but me, if I was president, I probably would travel with my son. Because
I
mean, you see this one. I don't know. Like I'm saying, we should have details of what expense to the state this travel is costing and what contribution the son of Mahama is making to that expense, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the presidential jet, once it travels, he's not consuming any more fuel than he would by being on the presidential jet. I'm sure there's even space for President Mahama to say, "Kojama Kobesi and next trip, President Ofra Mishem and Kwanya bad." The maintenance jet in the move. You understand? Beyond that, I don't know the expense in terms of hotel and whatever other things that they have to do. But I really don't think that it's a big deal unless there's a document to the effect that maybe he's being paid by the state for no work done or something.
Yeah. So on our screens is the lady that is reported that former President Akufo-Addo was traveling on the presidential jet with which a lot of people have also been talking about on social media. Yeah. Now, still on President Mahama, there's a video of our president trending where he encouraged chiefs to remain seated while greeting him during his thank you tour. It's actually been trending for a very long time. We'll be playing that video for you in a few seconds too. But this is being compared to former President Akufo-Addo's thank you tour. So where he asked the chiefs. He said something on his lips when he was greeting, and then the chiefs didn't make any attempts to even stand and shake his hand. Yeah, so it is alleged that he said, "Eh, mimi bechiamo na moteho, mon sorry na munchame oho." Yeah, so that's what people are saying he said. But then now they're comparing it to President Mahama's video, where when the chiefs even attempt, I mean, people are like, they've put this sort of thing in the chief's head, and now anytime they see a president, they need to stand. Yes, and greet the president. Yes, so they attempted to do that to President Mahama. He said, "Oh no,
sit down,
please sit down."
We don't do that here.
Oh, no,
here we don't
no,
do that.
No, not at all.
That side you do
But
that. Here we don't do that.
No, we don't do that at all. So it's also gotten a lot of people talk about all these things. Now let's watch that video. Video, yes, from President John Mahama's thank you tour, which has got a lot of people talking. They are like, if it was the other side, they would have been asked to stand, but President John Mahama didn't ask them to stand to greet him. Away from the current president, Afia Schwarzenegger is in the trend.
Oh, why?
Yes.
What has she done now?
I'm like, for some time now, people don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's been a while we heard.
Yeah, we've been talking about different things. We don't say anything. So apparently, a guy on social media, that's Facebook to be precise, by name Chris Vincent Japan, posted on his Facebook page that my friend's Lyft driver in the USA looks familiar. The system will humble you and make you work, or else you go hungry. This is Valentina working hard as a Lyft driver. May Zeus bless her hard work. Meanwhile, Chris Vincent, this woman said he's broke, he's impotent and has no children, traveling around the world with 4 of his wives and probably many children. Yeah, so that's the image on our Facebook. You can join us on Facebook and watch that image. So that's the image that Chris posted, that's the driver for the lifts. Yes. And so he said all the time, God is good and God is good all the time. Your supposed rich billionaire celebrity auntie at work keep believing in their fake lifestyles. Yeah, and said all the bloggers, I give you this one for free. So give the bloggers something to talk about and get people
That's why they're talking
talking
about Valentina.
Yes,
right?
that's why they are talking about her. Yes, so
Afia Schwarzenegger.
you know, she has actually come out to respond. We'll play that video for you in few seconds. But people are like, hey, so after everything, after you being controversial all over the place, outspoken and all, this is what you are doing in the USA.
No, but she's not stealing.
Yes, others too are
She's
saying
working
that
hard.
exactly. Others too are saying that as far as she's not stealing anybody's money and working hard to make her own money, thumbs up to her. She's doing a great job. So people should stop throwing tantrums at her or saying things about her that are not right. She's working hard. She's doing the job to feed herself and her family. So she came out to respond on TikTok and even said that this is something she's actually spoken about before, that when she goes to the stage, she's going to do this lift work. Yes, so it's not like it's something new. She has spoken about it before, that she's going to do this and is doing it. Let's listen to Miss Valentina.
Or TikTok. Now mo this says ka. Me dey be am catch am me here jumaden. I earn my money. And I have told you guys. Me catch am mo say uba na da me qualify me here. I told you people. Enti me nim de enti a. Aze eya mo wawa. Ma catch am mo say matna bi so catch am mo say uba no. Me qualify le metwi. And I'm unkai de any. I'm sorry. I can't explain myself to poor people. Baby, why woman bundle no? I come back home. Shakunyanim. I come back home. Me person shining in a Emma. Go to mama moso. Obia me matsa piece so I can more than 30 times. So by the day I'll qualify. I'm praying the day you drive me, I will take a picture. Be power so. Mama no try me picture or they were in my busa. Auntie, if you're say focus on your phone and let's drive. Ube try me picture. Sheni who fin. Na me kwa ba me dress na me this kind kwa. Who suru me? What about that?
Apologies for any vulgar words that you heard over there.
So you see, this is why people are talking about it. For me, there's no shame in honest work, right?
Yes.
So if Afia Schwarzenegger is doing Lyft or Uber or whatever in the States, there's no shame in that. The reason why this whole thing is trending, people are talking about, is because of she herself, you know, and Chris Vincent, who posted it.
Yeah.
I mean, she had previously described him as being a broke guy and whatnot, and you see what she was saying again here, like a here for and that kind of thing. Yeah, but said you left and you should know when you left. That's a fact. You understand? It is honest work and there's no issue with it. I don't have any issue with it, but she's only being hypocritical in some of her submissions, describing people as poor and all that. So if you're sure she's poor, otherwise she would not be driving Lyft. And Lyft and Juma. That one there, she has to establish that for herself. Yeah, but that's the truth. Who was called Lyft? When was Kenu a taxi driver? Who was going to taxi? Who needs Kentina to taxi a pesca? A taxi and Juma. You get it. You don't build mansions and buy luxury cars by driving taxis. And you know correct. Just say we become. So she herself, contradictory as she is why people are making fun of her for driving Lyft, because on one kobeye or be treat tax or better and say or be treat tax into a hieni. That's why it's. But other than that, I mean, what's a big deal? We treat taxi, we treat Uber, whatever. It's honest work. It's okay. Yeah. So they will give it to her to the same way she gives to other people. That's it. That's just it is what it is. It is what it is.
Now, one of the big brands or companies in Ghana's truck swerved off the Achimota overhead and plunged into or onto the road below after the driver reportedly braked abruptly to avoid a vehicle ahead. So, unfortunately, the driver was rescued and no other injuries or vehicular damage were reported. And that's actually been trending over the weekend. Yeah, we'll play that video for you too. But people have been saying that thankfully it happened on a day where a lot of people were not in
I'm
town.
surprised, you know. I'm
That's
surprised
what people
that when it happened, there was no car there, there was no person there, because I don't drive on that stretch a lot lately, but I used to when I was staying at Achimota. I was surprised when I get there. Like, I think, what if a car falls on it? Like a lot of times when I get there, I have that premonition that a car will fall from the top, and then you are driving there. But I mean, God works in mysterious ways. There was no car there, because if it fell on a car or some persons, you can imagine the catastrophe.
So people have been talking about this particular one and the fact that thankfully nothing happened to the driver. So there's a video trending where people were actually trying to engage the driver after he was rescued, and were telling him to go to the hospital immediately. He was from that particular side because he needs to be checked to see if there's anything wrong with him or any blood circulating wrongly somewhere and all that here. So let's watch that video.
Was driving right from La Paz direction.
Driver nini? Driver. That's no road, traffic light maybe. I didn't care up and panel. Can if you slow, right? If you slow, and I have a from it's a more head. If you slow, I find out for my dinner road. If you slow, now I have a from I find a link. That's I know to piece of them. Driver, no, never had them. Driver, no, they say green. Driver, in
social media reporters. But tell you what, that thing is annoying. Like what they were telling the driver, we don't go for a penentry and whatever. I tell you what. So when I was young, right, you know what they call a planky. It was a car when we were young. We used to do that. So when I was young, I used to do that. One time I did that on a runabout. The runabout was under construction, so the cars would slow down when they get there. So this articulated truck got there, and then Charlie, my cobon was a Spider-Man. So when the car was turning, and then I decided to get off, I slipped and I fell. Yeah, but Bibianya. So the one man passing by, hey, we dear Nyamiaji, what for Timmy did he? Ukofia Kopeko, the way the guy was annoying me. It's the same thing, like the driver don't know what's going through his head. Uncle didn't entry there, Uncle win entry there, which ways. But I mean, like I was saying previously, that road is a busy road, so for that accident to happen, and no car being present, and because people actually cross, on that particular road, they cross the road from there. So we thank God for that.
So the company that the driver works with released a statement that they are aware of the accidents that occurred at the Achimota overhead bridge involving a truck belonging to their company, and the truck was not carrying any product. Fortunately, no death, injuries or damages to other vehicles have been recorded, and then they are collaborating with the authorities to review this unfortunate incident and apologize for any inconveniences this may have caused road users, the community, and motorists using this route. So they released a statement to effect whatever happened.
And I think that also some safety concerns have been raised here. People have talked about guardrails on some of these overheads, having more resilient guardrails. I don't know in the case of this accident, though, if you even had resilient guardrails, whether it would have stopped, the accident from happening. I also don't know. I know the police will do their investigation. Because according to the narration, the car stopped abruptly in front of him, and in trying to brake, the car tumbled over. So I don't know if maybe they were speeding or what the case might be. But we need to take better precaution, when we are on the roads, and hopefully the people who construct the road also, they'll put in place better safety measures to ensure that some of these, whenever I go, whether I'm on an overhead or I'm driving below it, sometimes it gets scary, but yeah.
Now, Samuel Eto'o is in the trends. Former footballer Samuel Eto'o is in the trends because there's this moment of video trending on social media, which we'll be playing for you in few seconds, so you can join us to watch that video. So he reunited with his long-time teammate, who is now working at a security guard. So it looks like he was from a meeting coming out, and then he saw his friend and decided to exchange some few words with his friend and talk to him and all that. So one person, apparently they spoke in French, so the guy came to translate what Samuel said to his friend on social media. But let's watch that video. When we come back, we will take that translation.
Momo, Boyla, qui me sera ouais, Oh, he was my colleague. Yeah, I play with him. Momo, Christian, bon, Christian, mais quel bureau, mais vous pouvez dans 10 minutes. Christian, Bobo.
Why am I hearing no more in the video?
He said, did he say no more?
That's what I'm hearing. Because that's how some of our people greet themselves, especially the men. So
no, but I'm sure he was mentioning his nickname or something.
So Apostle posted on X and said that this is what Eto'o said. He said, we need to meet up. We can't speak right now because I have meetings in 10 minutes, but tell Christian, that's the assistant of Eto'o and friends of both of them, to do everything. We meet up, we are going to speak. My friend, I'm happy to see you. And people have actually been saying that this is actually a very good thing. Not all old friends will see you and stand and talk to you.
The guy will be sorted. Will be sorted.
Be sorted very, very well. So people have actually been talking about Samuel Eto'o's latest video, which has been trending on social media. Now Twene Jonas is back in the trends because he has an advice for Ghanaians living in the USA. So according to reports circulated on social media, about 6,200 Ghanaians are to be deported from the US, part of President Donald Trump's mass deportation. It was in his campaign manifesto and all. So Twene Jonas has advised Ghanaians who live in the USA. We'll play that video too for you very soon. But he said that those who do not have the right document and are living there illegally are to stay indoors to avoid President Trump's mass deportation activities. So when you sense that they are coming, you just enter your room, lock yourself up. You don't come out till they are done. And by the time maybe they are done with the mass deportation, it will be left with like few people there. So you won't be noticed. You won't be noticed. And people have actually been talking about Twene Jonas. They're actually wondering if he will be part of those who will be deported to Ghana. Because almost in so they are waiting for him to be deported. But here he is giving an advice to Ghanaians living in the USA. Let's watch that video.
I Trump nkufu no omuhia no mbisa se onkrata wo hia oni bia emfi omo ansa question no emfi omo enkoyi obi nkrata de adwuma mfa mo eno kra de asem na sei kra ti ya me kira no enti woni ma uhu omo no mo ba fast no mo di kan chim nkufu mienu oni ma no aye fast yi fum oman so mu a na yi fum anya me na di hu afofie ujimi mo so mu a om de obekọ ti dia me chon ti so man so mu aba fresh na ma ojimi sa be otimi deport to see how also deport 10 million people nti otimi deport be 50 million na we like na that city kroma na bambebu because deportation no I saw employ more soldiers more bibi and I employ dumb and sana wa ma brofo no so I more aircraft amano and the plane no any sa no money na a cost of money detention the cost of money nti we deport by 50 million people here na bambebu setem go be free nti share them at this moment ko jimi me mefa na go for problem bi ha mle wabusianfo because ko akorigare ye mpanifo na jimi joma ba ya enim so be adwuma nya na nsi onam se obeton to ben obeda hwan ase me na mse Ghana fo nto abama ya nto abam ye mpasse da ye pa adwuma I Trump nkufu.
Be 5,000 obi we na be mu ebu oya aba fresh nti no yes and obi so obi enwu so ye adwuma. Yes, so by the time he's done with the mass one now I break so he will leave the rest to be.
No, but the deportation actually there are guys who are already in detention. Those are the guys being deported, so they have them already. It's not like they are now going around looking for people to deport. Most of these guys are already in detention. Some have been there for a while, and then now because of the new order, they are having to be deported.
Yeah, so that's Twene Jonas's advice to all Ghanaians living in the US. That will be all for Trends today.
All right, thank you very much. Esi Kwentsiwaa with Trends today here on the drive with the area gang. And some